Mr. Arvind Kamath, Chairperson of JNK India, joins in to talk about all of that and more. Mr. Kamath, good having you. Thanks so much for taking the time out. And just starting, the pleasure is ours to have you. Just trying to gauge how has Q4 largely been for India Inc. per se and specific companies, and which was one part of the conversation. Now, would you believe that what you had guided for at the end of Q2 is something that you'll be able to meet when the numbers largely come out? Because I'll tell you why this is coming from as well, Mr. Kamath, right? That contrary to expectations in Q3, and you spoke about it to us, but in Q3, for example, your operational metrics took a very large hit relative to what was anticipated, relative to what probably you had spoken about as well. So just trying to gauge how has H2 been for you?
Yeah, Niraj, I mean, we've not, announced the results yet for Q4, so
yeah. So whatever permits you.
Speak much about Q4.
yeah.
Understand? Yeah. I mean, just to give this thing. I mean, Q3, you saw generally the field, the execution has been a bit challenging in H2 in terms of because of the lot of PSU getting over the earlier issues and things like that. Yeah, but just to give this thing in FY26, we are pretty confident of completing the execution as what we want to do, basically. Yeah.
Okay, now again, because you can't talk numbers, I'll not ask you numbers, but I'm just trying to get a sense. Has Q4 been a decent quarter? Because we have seen signs of some pickup in capex, better liquidity terms, mostly for India Inc. in Q4. It started from December, but I think largely took shape in February and March. And then, of course, the avalanche of tariffs have hit, and therefore uncertainty comes in. But Q4, was it okay?
I mean, it was okay per se, but what happens for our kind of we are into the heating equipment business, which is a very long term. It has a long lead gestation period in terms of execution and the engineering design, supplies, and including the site construction. So immediate response, it takes time in terms of any of these issues getting hit. It does take some time to come over the things. Yeah.
Okay. So, then I'm trying to understand, Mr. Kamath. Yes, long-term gestation periods, which ideally should cushion the business from any near-term uncertainty. But boy, are we looking at some near-term uncertainty. Is this a positive for you, Mr. Kamath? Or does this uncertainty result in delayed confirmation / communication with end customers because of all that's happening due to the tariff war?
No, that's in terms of geopolitical issues, it's been positive for us, Niraj, because it also opens some of the opportunities. And this year, I mean FY25, in terms of the order wins, it's been a fantastic year for us because we have forayed into cracking furnaces, incinerators, process plants, and also flares, which we did not do earlier. And also we forayed into some of the geographies which we were not doing earlier, like USA, Malaysia. So overall, in terms of the order inflow and the visibility ahead, it's really been a positive.
Okay. So would the order inflow, Mr. Kamath, and my last question to you, because it might be difficult for you, like you said, to give in some exact numbers right now, but would you believe that order inflow or order booking for you might actually improve in the first half of FY26 relative to what the recent trends have been, if indeed this is a positive, or does this happen with a bit of a lag, the ordering activity?
I mean, the ordering activity, because of this, it would take some time, but we already have a good inflow or good pipeline from the previous quarters as well. So we do expect a good traction in terms of the H1, in terms of the order inflow, even FY26.
Okay. So, fair call. Mr. Kamath, I reckon that we'll be able to better gauge how the situation is once your Q4 numbers come out. But this was just to get a sense of how Q4 has been, and you've kind of spoken as much as you can. So appreciate that. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Looking forward to talking to you post your numbers.
Yeah. Thank you, Niraj. Definitely.